Welcome back at WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. We're no longer in Baltimore. I'm 24.1 miles from my home.
He called it
Google mapped it.
LG, he called it the border.
Yeah, we started this conversation.
South of the border.
When I came across the border,
Listen,
I was like,
when
dude, you just left Baltimore.
30th year of Baltimore radio. Anytime you go Prince George's County or Montgomery County, they have hail signs out there. They root for the Nationals here. They root for the former R team here. It's not Baltimore anymore. It's a different place. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a lovely place.
It's a beautiful thing. It's all Maryland.
It's the second time I've been here this week.
Maryland.
It's all Maryland. That sounds like somebody's got a plan.
I've sat with Democrats and Republicans. Michael Steele is here, former lieutenant governor.
I just can't get away with it.
That's it.
Soon to potentially be gubernatorial candidate.
No.
Don Moeller here, former Baltimore County executive. And Philip Gainey here. And Phil, first things first, we are here because of the Honorable Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah, very flattered.
All right, so about 6 months ago, I dreamed up doing this crab cake tour, 30 crab cakes in 30 days, my 30th anniversary, going to every county in the state. To find different crab cakes. Fadley's has been a sponsor a long time with me. Legendary.
They're good stuff.
Costas, legendary.
Very
I've been
good.
friends with the Costas family forever. So I've only eaten their crab cakes, to be really honest. And when I go someplace, I'm like, I'll go to Jerry's. We'll get crabs. We'll get something else. I'll get a chicken sandwich. I haven't done this tour. I'm 52. I have never been on 197 in my life until an hour ago. You know why? I was always in a hurry to get to the Capitol Center.
Okay.
I always use 50.
Capitol Center.
Right.
Capitol Center's not there anymore. You know that, right?
Guys break him up. He knows the shtick already. He's a part of the ensemble. I should have been a sports junkie when it was all over. The reason we're here is because Michael said the crab bomb. So it's not even a crab cake. You have like a special name for it.
It's trademarked. That's correct.
All right, so give me the full history, because when I pulled up, and I don't want to be at all disrespectful, I did not look your place up. I thought I was going to find the humble, older version of the things I found the last 2 weeks. What a beautiful place you have here. And it's almost upscale, Don. I mean, literally, right? He gives me a hard. I'm from Dundalk, so anytime, I had a crab cake in Oxford yesterday. He called it upscale.
You're talking about Prince George's County and the things down here as if you've woken up in Oz or something. I don't know.
People in Baltimore don't come here. You know that.
Lieutenant Governor and I are like in a little bit of shock.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
I come here when the Stones play down here.
That's all good. We got
Bruno
you,
Mars. I was here last Friday.
Okay.
Prince George. You guys have got me. I'm not allowed to call San Francisco Frisco to the San Francisco people.
No.
So when I'm here, I want to be respectful.
No, but just if I could real quick, I have been dining on Jerry's Seafood since, oh my God, high school. And it's been a staple. And
he's not that old.
No, he's not, but he's a family. He's a family guy. But no, they are not just known in our region, but they are known nationally. I mean, and certainly when I have visitors who come from not just across the country, but my friends from around the world who visit, if I can get them in, we come in to Jerry's, and I will leave to Philip to tell you why.
Tell me why.
Well, I mean, we do everything's just fresh, made in house. Most of the recipes are homemade. They're made daily. Homemade stewed tomatoes, the side dishes, the blue cheese dressing, the house dressing, which is a honey lemon. You know, the crab bomb obviously is the draw. You know, we sell upwards of 6,000 crab bombs a month. That just the regular. That doesn't include the firecracker, which is like the
no wonder there's no
version.
crabs left in the bag.
Right. Well, it's true. We go through about 2,000 pounds of crab meat a week.
Every guy like
2,000.
you. Every day
2,000
I'm with a
pounds.
guy like you, right? So every day I'm with someone selling some volume. I was at G&M. My friends at Costa ship. They all ship. And everyone says, like, the demand for it, even for the people that have been in it, because they're eating it in Kansas now. They see you on television, on MSM, and they're eating it in other places.
We ship all over the country, too, everywhere.
Well, and I guess for your business, it's crucial, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's great.
It's become one of the most important parts for every person that makes a crab cake, especially with the pricing being where it is right now, and the demand that if they want your crab cake, they can get it delivered tomorrow.
Well,
absolutely,
Phil,
fresh.
Pick up on what Nestor said there, because we talked a little bit off air. folks are getting a sense. They go to the store. They see the price of crab meat. Talk about it in terms of your business. You're saying that we do 2,000 pounds
Yeah, it's crazy.
of crab meat a week. Talk to folks about when you began to see the increase and the impact it had upon you and your restaurant.
It started. The prices started going. Normally crab meat jumbo lump historically would go from 15 to 18. You'd get it at 21, 22. It would stay there a couple weeks. Sometimes as high as 30, 31. It's the highest I've ever seen it. And then this year, like late March, it started. You're starting to see the 20s, and then the 25, and then April we're busting into $30 a pound, and then it started going $5 increase every time, every week, and then finally the ceiling, and we didn't know where it would end up, so that was pretty frightening because, like I said, we've never seen this. For us, it topped off at $58.50 a pound. So
now think about that against a piece of steak or against a piece of chicken.
Yeah.
When you're talking about a pound of meat in a restaurant, whether I'm going to order a burger or whether I'm going to order this Kobe beef. I mean, we're talking $60 a pound.
Right.
I don't think any of us have paid $60 for a pound of meat.
No, which is crazy because beef is expensive too. We have a ribeye on the menu, and that thing would cost us like $12.50 a pound. It went to $20.
Yep.
And beef's crazy. So for us, we increased the prices. I waited. I didn't want to do it, but I just didn't want to do it. I lost sleep. I probably drove my wife crazy because I was probably horrible for 3 days. I was just contemplating, do I want to raise these prices? Do I want to raise these prices? And finally, I was like, I have to. So I did, and we put a message on the menu. So when the hostess or the host seats customers, we put the menu face down so they have no choice but to read it, and put it on our social media, our websites, just thanking our customers for always supporting us and letting them know that this is what it is. And I got to be honest, we've got the best customers. They're so loyal, they're so supportive. And I had, before I raised them, I'm walking the floor, and I'm talking to regulars and not regulars, and telling them what do you think? And everyone said, Philip, you have to do it. It is $7, $8, $9 not going to stop us. Of course we're not going to make the margin we need to make really. So the other things we're making money on will get us through. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with that. So, we do see, we had a few people that would complain. Some people, it's just they choose not to spend that. That's fine,
I was in Tillman Island this weekend, and I could not buy a crab cake. Now, I'm being honest with you.
Right.
4 restaurants off their menu. In Tillman Island.
Right.
I was shocked by that part of it.
I've heard it.
But in every menu, and you're the 15th restaurant in 15 days, 12 of the 15 have had a flyer stuck into their menu with $3 more for this crab. And it's across the board, and every person in your position across this state and anywhere they're serving crab, they're dealing with this.
Absolutely.
And this is reality, for political reality. Absolutely.
Well, Phil, Lieutenant Governor talked a lot about the heart and the soul of the state and how this state sort of gets in your blood. Talk to us about the past 18 months as a restaurant owner, getting through COVID, surviving COVID, the restaurant being empty, trying now to come back. Talk about that experience, both as a business person and as somebody who's been in his family business for a long time.
Well, for us, again, we were really fortunate. I can't sit here and complain because I have no complaints. We did amazing. We have an incredible carry-out business prior to the pandemic. People, they order a lot of carry-out food here.
It got me through a number of long nights over the last 18 months.
Crab bomb on the porch.
Oh, my God.
And what's crazy is when it first hit, that was in March of 20, the first 2 weeks was like, oh, boy. And then after that, it was insane. So we had a curtain that we use on catering jobs. We blocked off so when you came in, you could go to the bar.
How about that?
But it was just massive people. We couldn't control it. So it's crazy because my daughter's boyfriend, who actually works here, he says, in that private room, we should take those windows and we should make walk-up windows. I said, oh, that's genius. So I bought a tent. We put a tent up. And we made 4 lanes, and you should see it was crazy.
The pandemic has brought out the best in entrepreneurs.
Speaking of the best,
here we go.
Here we go, baby.
I see the beans, and I start.
Look at it.
Is that a crab cake or a crab bomb?
That's
the
the
crab
crab
bomb.
bomb.
That's the bomb. All right. I'm not going to argue it. I've eaten a lot of crab.
Here, LG.
Philip Gainey's here. We're at Cherry Seafood, home of the crab bomb. Says so right on the card.
Holy
We're in
mackerel.
beautiful Bowie, Maryland. Last time I was in Bowie was when the Bullets were training and down here. Jimmy
God,
Lynham
the
down at Bowie
Bullets.
State.
Oh,
The
jeez.
Bullets.
At the Cap Center.
Dude,
I just want to show you
we're
how
gonna-
old I am.
You need to get out more.
I'm
Holy
here today.
Daggone
I'm hanging out with
Bullets.
Republicans.
The Bullets.
I mean, this is great. In
so
Prince George's County.
Look at this, man.
Okay, so crab bomb, crab cake. They had to change
That's
the name
really
of the
hot.
Bullets.
I
because
just
of-
realized that.
Okay, so
Let me do
This
this.
is really hot
so
right
this
here.
is cooked in the skillet.
Correct.
So what I've learned in this, so Don asked me before we began, what have you learned on the tour? Here's what I've learned: that the really good crab places, and take note, Michael Steele, all right, because you're going to be out campaigning over at Hooper's Island and some of these other places, all
God,
right.
here we go.
So the way it goes is you have ingredients in here, and I'm a fried guy, Phil. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm from Dundalk. We were
get you
poor.
salt and
We got salt and pepper's right over
Right,
here.
yeah, I gotta grab it for you.
Go, put your headset down. He's taking.
He's taking care of you.
This is live.
You got
Folks.
the man.
This reminds me of when Moeller invited me out with the late great Kevin Kamenis to meet Bobby Flay. Bobby's such a restaurateur. He didn't care about meeting people. All he cared about was salt and pepper was on the table. He was making sure protocol was managed. So the bottom of this crab bomb, and I'm not going to call it a cake. What would make it a cake? Is that a half size? Go ahead.
Basically, we buy jumbo lump. That's all we buy. So then we repick it. When it comes in the 1 pound containers, we repick it. Anything that falls off the jumbo lump is a smaller lump we make in the crab cakes. And the only difference is you can't fry a crab bomb. That's why my uncle called it a crab bomb, Jerry.
Because it would fall apart.
If you put it in the fryer, it'd blow up.
Right.
So the crab cakes we can fry, but the bombs obviously you can't.
So the only way I can get a fried, is to call it a crab cake and say I want it fried,
Yeah,
and
correct.
you'll bring that.
Correct.
It will have this meat, but different texture, different.
A little bit different texture, same flavor.
Well, it has to have different texture because it has to
Right.
have a binding ingredient, right?
No, there's no filler.
There's no filler.
Absolutely none.
There's no filler in this.
That's all. Listen,
crab.
it's a triple yolk mayonnaise
Zero.
and Old Bay.
There you go. You're
Everybody
actually
asks me all the
getting
time.
So, what is it? Triple
getting
what?
the recipe.
It's a triple yolk mayonnaise, so it's like a
Okay.
3 times the yolk, egg yolk from,
Okay.
and then mayo.
So what I'm saying is the way that this is technique, Don, in a very, very hot pan, my favorite crab cakes on the tour have been soft-ish and maybe a little crunchy firm on the top, but the bottom takes on that fried texture of almost a caramelization. And for me, I would tell you to cook this another minute or two more
Yeah,
for me
some people
to
do that.
give that bottom that crispiness
Well-
without being deep fried, without tasting like it came from a sub shop out of a French fry fryer, right?
Right.
But crab people, especially people paying $60 a pound for crab, would say, you don't fry that. That's like putting ketchup on a steak. And then there's another part that would say, what do you serve it with? I don't see a condiment on here. This is
No.
the first time in 2 weeks somebody hasn't brought me tartar sauce. I've never put tartar sauce. I'm from Baltimore.
Well, that's what Baltimore's do. You guys have tartar.
No.
We do cocktail
I don't-
sauce.
Don, you don't eat tartar on a crab cake. He's
No.
too busy feeding himself. He's
Yeah.
not talking anymore.
Well, I'm enamored. First of all,
this
I
is
know
not his
you've
first
done
crab bomb, by the way.
It's not my first crab bomb, but it's been a while. And as Lieutenant Governor said, this thing is in a class by itself.
I haven't had a bite yet. I want to
Go
understand
while
it
he's
first.
talking. Go ahead.
No,
Right,
we're going to
but-
talk
but I'm
about
gonna-
the crate.
Don't
I'm
understand it. Take a bite, because then
Yeah.
you can ask your question.
Yeah, then you need to taste.
Take a bite.
Take a bite.
Well, I'm telling you, the bite off the top and the bite off the bottom will be different. I'm going to go straight top here with this. No condiment, no lemon, none of that.
Blow it, it's a little hot.
So I do see there's a lot of there's things going on in the slurry. Any celery seed in this?
Well, it's in the Old Bay, so technically yes.
So you have Old Bay is a key ingredient of your crab
Absolutely.
cake. And I got that here from a man, Tom Rowe. What's up, Tommy? My Old Bay guy.
but
Not really nice.
No,
That's
dude. Am I going to steer you wrong, or am I going to steer you wrong? No, this doesn't
The
happen.
crab's leading here with you. The crab. This is crab forward by
Correct.
far.
But here's the other thing. Thank you.
There you go. Sorry.
The
Don,
other
pull your
thing-
mic up, and you're on radio. Come on,
this
stop
is
eating.
not-
Pull your mic up.
This is not the
No,
string bean
you
tour.
destroyed my
I know.
my car.
It's
my
not the
God.
string bean tour.
God,
We'll
if you
get
weren't
over
the
it.
county executive, I swear I would. So
Wait a minute. I'm trying to tell you something
Go ahead.
here
I thought
because
you
I
were
know
reading one.
you're
Go
a
ahead.
culinary whiz.
I'm not a whiz.
Um,
I'm just a student.
I'm not exaggerating, folks. I got to tell you, I know it's not the string bean
Oh, that's
tour.
crunchy.
These might be the best
I love
green
them.
beans
They're great.
I've ever tasted
These are grandma's string beans.
in my life. Right? That's a good description there.
Now, you said something to me a little while ago. You were talking about everything's homemade. You mentioned a dressing, a honey lemon.
That's our house dressing, yeah. A honey lemon.
I need to have some of that.
Absolutely.
I mean, what I've learned in a lot of the restaurants is the sides. Man, I had the most delicious spinach the other day down at Hooper's Island that they mixed up. They served me Old Bay carrots. They asked me if I wanted Old Bay carrot. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I want those. So when sides are
Old Bay
crucial.
goes better with everything, right?
Oh, I think so.
Fresh green beans. I see some onion here, a lot of pepper. This is Southern, man. This is old school here.
Oh, these beans, Nestor, as you put it out there.
That's a winner. That's a winner.
Oh, the best. I like what the LG said. It's these are grandma's beans.
Grandma's beans.
So the recipe itself
with the coleslaw.
and where it began and your family, who invented the crab bomb?
My Uncle Jerry. He's my dad's brother. Hence Jerry's.
So you're the nephew.
Correct.
And you're running the joint now. Tell
Correct.
me about Jerry. Give me a little Jerry story.
So I started working for my uncle when I was 12. Like, I got suspended from school. My dad's like, yeah, you got to go to work.
You're picking crabs?
You're not
What'd you
sitting
do?
home
Yeah,
today,
well,
right?
I started washing dishes.
Okay.
So my uncle, my uncle's like a he's just a fire
Now,
plug.
your uncle sold crabs. It was a crab shack? Crabs? What was it?
Well, he's done it both. He had
Okay.
a little crab house. He's just got like a passion for all seafood. He loves oysters and soft shells.
Is he a fisherman
especially.
himself?
Only for, leisurely.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
understood.
But this was he was very passionate, perfectionist. He was hard on me, which was great. But as I got older, I was doing other things. Like I was picking crab meat, prepping. I've pretty much done everything in the restaurant. Served, bartended. I'm not a good bartender though. But yeah,
You're a good radio guest.
Oh, right, thank you.
You've done that now, sir.
But he was he was just full of energy. People love him, and he walks to every table. I mean, I just learned so much from him, and people love that he's walking around and giving out samples and try this and try that and just really make people. He made people just want to come. I mean, no matter what.
So for me, this is day 15. This is my 19th or 20th crab cake. I've had one inedible crab cake that I had in St. Michael's the other night. I literally sent it back. I just couldn't eat it. It wasn't any good. And I've had 3 or 4 really exemplary crab cakes, and very different. I haven't had anything. The one in Harrison's in Ocean City is similar, but not. I mean, size and all of that, but what's in it, the way it tastes.
Right.
I have not had 2 crab cakes. I've had 19. I've not had 2 that were the same, that I couldn't identify them as being different.
Right.
And some of them, Ocean Odyssey down in Cambridge, much more of a mix, much more of an old school East Baltimore, delicious, but different, fried. I was in Davis's in Annapolis the other day. I got sent down there. Tom Marr sent me there.
Oh, Tom, really?
T-Bone Tom. Tom Marr, yeah, T-Bone Tom. Hannah's father. I knew her when she was little. So T-Bone sent me to Davis's down there, and they make these delicious little hockey pucks that they pan fry. And then they had a beautiful tartar, like a lemony. And I don't like tartar sauce, but it had good stuff. It was delicious. It was fresh. And everyone makes it different. So, like, when I asked the question, like, there's no parsley in this.
No.
There's a lot of things that are core ingredients, and there's no mustard that I get forward.
You know what I like's not in this.
So he loves Faidley's. Faidley's is a very mustard-forward.
And I don't like green pepper in my crab cake.
Right.
And
there's
no
an argument
green
about
pepper.
green pepper. There's an argument about frying it.
I'm not a fan of the green pepper.
I've had an argument this week about filler. You guys both turn your filler off.
No, we don't do that.
See,
No.
you say filler. To me, the mayo, the thing that's holding this together, the slurry, I guess, would be the Food Network term for it, the Guy Fieri term for slurry, right? That's the composition. So filler to me is, I haven't had a crab cake with filler in long. When I say filler, when you order crab cake in Texas, you get it's breadcrumbs. You know what I mean? Like nobody in Maryland serves it that.
That's not true.
Well, if it's frozen out of a box or something.
I have been to a restaurant or two, which will remain nameless,
right?
That have served the crab with filler. Now, it's not a lot, and they do say, just it's just a little bit of filler to kind of hold it together.
Right.
That measurement sometimes just doesn't work.
I understand.
But this, what I love about this, if you love crab,
it's buttery.
This is crab. There is no question in your mind when you put it in your mouth what it is you're eating. You're not tasting bread. You're not tasting green peppers,
amazing
onions. You're tasting crab. You got the thing to hold the lump together, and that's it. And you hit it with some Old Bay, baby.
The crab cakes that I'm discovering, Philip, that are like your crab cake and is similar. Ocean City, this is a very similar to Ocean City style. A lot of places serve it this way. The thing that I'm digging that I never understood, the skillet part of the hot broil.
Right.
When you order broiled in Baltimore, sometimes broiled doesn't mean skillet hot. The other part is that sprinkle of whatever, Old Bay, Jay, whatever you're doing, that sprinkle of it over the top, that's a hint of it. East Baltimore, because we were poor doing claw meat, you put it in the mixture,
right.
and then you're getting overwhelmed by the saltiness of
right,
it.
Right,
by the salt,
right,
literally,
right.
just the salt. Yeah, my wedding ring wouldn't come off, you know what I mean,
right.
from the salt.
Right.
This is a technique. So 35, 40 years, how many years back did Jerry create this?
I believe it was trademarked in 84 or 5.
And he came up with the word bomb. Crab bomb.
And you said how much
but
crab meat?
you guys have
10
been
ounces.
in business before that.
Yeah, he started in 81.
Right.
And then that was in Lanham, out in the strip mall in Lanham, off of Lanham 7 Road.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's where, obviously, I cut my teeth. And then I bought that from him in 03, my business partner and I. And then in 08, we came across this building, my business partner, so we had both. And then in 15, that building was just kind of falling apart. The landlord wasn't willing to do much. And
How far from here was the original?
It's 8 miles.
Yeah,
8 miles,
not
okay.
far.
And then we, my business partner and I were able to buy the building 6 years ago with another guy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, how do you tell people?
This building or the
This one.
that's right.
So here we are. People are watching. They're watching the governor enjoy the crab cake, myself, Nestor, and they're saying, hey, unlike Nestor, they're not afraid of going across the border. So they're up there somewhere
20
in Baltimore.
minutes from my house, man.
Just make
Come
sure you
on.
have your passport, people, when you come. right?
There are
Tell
Washington
folks-
football fans here.
If
I
people
know
call
there
you,
are.
people call you from Baltimore and they want to come here. How do you tell them to find you guys?
How do I tell them to find us?
Yeah.
Well, if I was going to tell them how to get here, I would tell them to come straight down.
Follow me.
Right.
I take 95 down to 97 to 301.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
And
we had
right-
a lot of people
right
that went
on
to
in.
Bowie Bay Sox games this year because, obviously the Orioles, all the premier candidates have been there. And the Bay Sox, when I talked to them, they said, you're going to Jerry's, right? You're going to Crab Cake. You're going to be there, right? The Google part of me, the Google map part to try to find great crab cake places was to yell to the internet. I got 100,000 people to follow me all over the state. We have allies in the western part of the state, Eastern Shore. Our friends who source crab cakes, Al Seafood and the Costas family, they all have friends on the Eastern Shore.
Mm-hmm.
So I've tried to meet with all these people, through all of this. But Google best crab cake and just open it up. And in Prince George's County, you're the place that I would have to come whether I knew him or not. For you and sourcing this and getting people here, different flavors and stuff. This is a Maryland style. I mean, this is Eastern
Yes.
Shore crab cake.
Yes.
I guess Jerry traveled around to do this and check other crab cakes?
I don't think so, man. He just had it. He really just had it. He wasn't scared to play around in the kitchen.
Right.
Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But there weren't many things that didn't work, So.
Well, I tell you what, thank you for hosting us. Michael, thank you
thanks
for
for
having us there.
coming
out.
Is
No,
this
I
your
just-
only – you have any other seafood interests?
My business partner, my nephew Brad and I, we have a place down in National Harbor called Crab Cake Cafe.
I ate
He
there.
was
Totally
just there.
different.
I ate there. I
Totally
thought that was
different.
yours.
Yeah, totally different concept. It's fast casual. So we've had that. We're in our 8th year there.
Well, I ate my 5th crab cake there the day of the Bruno Mars concert. I was
Okay.
with Donna Edwards.
Okay.
She lives there. And she insisted that I come to National Harbor. She insisted, I want you to see the neighborhood. I want to show you around.
Okay.
And so she had me down before the Bruno Mars concert. So we ordered the crab cakes out on the deck, and it was the first 3:03 I showed up, Governor, for a meeting with the former Congresswoman. At a 3 o'clock meeting, she had her mask on, and she said, mask mandate just went into Prince George's County 3 minutes ago. Put your mask on. And, she's got some immune compromised issues. She sent me in to order. So I went in to order, and I ordered and I put a picture of your place up. So you can go, if you go to
Okay.
Crab Cake Tour, there's a picture of me underneath of your menu with these wacky crab cakes.
Yeah, and that-
Hawaiian.
yeah.
So I love Hawaii, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go off because I'm going to have enough of these kind of crab
Right.
cakes. I'm going to who else is offering me a Hawaiian crab cake in Maryland?
Right.
So I'm like, and I knew it was Maryland meat because I sourced your business a little bit. I didn't know it was you. So I ordered the Hawaiian, and she insisted on ordering the Maryland. Well, it was a hot, busy day. It was 100 degrees. The crab cakes come. My wife turns the camera on, and we both bite into our crab cakes. Turns out she got the Hawaiian.
Oh, my goodness.
And she wanted the Maryland. And meanwhile, I'm like, don't touch. That's a pretty good crab cake. Don't touch that. And it was similar to this, but not the same,
No,
really.
totally
Not the
different.
same.
And we don't have filler in that to speak of, but that one there is we take an onion, but we liquefy it. We mince it so much, and then it's Old Bay, Gould's, brown mustard, the same mayonnaise. And that's
it was different.
That's the wet mix.
Okay, I had more of a mustardy over there. So I ate the wrong crab cake. She ate the wrong crab cake.
Oh,
we
my
went in
goodness.
and we're like, now it's COVID and we can't
Right. Swap.
So your staff brought us two more crab cakes out.
Oh, great.
And I got to
When did you do that?
2 weeks ago Friday. A week ago Friday. 10 days ago.
Okay, so my nephew was probably there.
He was great.
Yeah.
And we sat outside. It was really hot. And I got to taste both of them.
Okay.
And the Hawaiian one was, it was interesting, different. It was very coconut forward.
Right.
That crab cake.
Because it's dusted on top of it.
It led with coconut. And I thought, man, I never had that. Not judgment, good, bad, and different. It was good. It just was different. It wasn't an Old Bay. And the things you can do with crab are amazing to me, including put peppers in it, Don, which I know you don't agree with.
No peppers.
Yeah, the only thing that has we have some okra in the Louisiana one. But other than that, there's not any.
I saw that.
peppers
My wife
or
wanted me to
anything
order
like
because she knows I love okra.
Now, you started young. Do you have children that are in the game?
I do. I have a son. He's 22, and my daughter's 20, and they both work here.
They both work
They don't
here.
like the business, they say. So they're aspiring to do other things. My son's he's like me. He went away on a wrestling scholarship and loved everything about college but doing the work.
He said, this looks a little too hard. Well, tell us about your wrestling career.
Well, my son's. I had one, but it wasn't nearly as decorated as his, that's for sure.
Well, thanks for hosting us down here. We really appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Prince
Thank you.
George's County.
Thanks for coming down.
Lieutenant Governor Michael Steele, look for him at a ballot near
Yeah,
you.
you notice I didn't say much during this part of the conversation.
You said a damn thing. I mean,
No.
you're eating.
No, dude, I don't play when it comes to You're lucky my wife isn't here.
Uh-oh.
Well, one more interesting, one of his favorites, too, is the lobster and crab.
What is that?
It's fresh
See,
lobster.
you're not afraid. Over this thing you're doing now, you're not afraid to put
Let me-
pineapple.
Hey,
and coconut in it.
Gentlemen,
You're not afraid of this.
No.
I didn't even bring that one up.
What is that?
The lobster and lump crab. Oh, my Lord.
And that's
have
made with
mercy.
a little bit different. That has it's like a lemon aioli sort of thing that binds. It's not straight mayonnaise. So it's
I'm guessing
mayonnaise.
your wife likes that one, too.
And then we have a
she and her
shrimp and crab
mom.
bomb.
She and her mom.
See, you mentioned lemon aioli. I had a crab cake in Oxford on Sunday, and the chef was British, but he spent plenty of time here. His take on the crab cake was more tarragon, lemony. Like it was delicious. It was
I
sweet,
can't do
delicious.
tarragon. It is the thing that
Yeah,
drives
I'm,
me.
I'm a little bit like that with various spices as
Yeah.
well, but there's just so many things you can do with it, and the way the traditional people do it here, unbelievable.
Yeah, well,
Thank
we
you.
did it. Yeah, absolutely.
This is great. I got a break. I'm never going to eat the crab cake, Don.
If you're in Baltimore, you're one of our fans in Baltimore, trust me. Take Nestor's advice. Come across the border. Come on down to Prince George's
The
County.
Redskin Frontier.
Jerry's Seafood. The football team. You'll get over your angst
You're a
about
Washington
the
football team fan.
I am.
There you go.
You clearly are, right?
I
You
grew up
have
in
to be.
Washington, D.C. Come on, dude.
You'll get over that. We'll even give them a pass.
Well, for the mask mandate here, I'll let everybody know. I'll sign off from the heart of the burgundy and gold with my. It's football season.
From
Owings
Owings
right.
Mills.
We don't give you guys a hard time now. We don't kick
I
you
was
when
going
you're
to say,
down.
how the Ravens going to do this year? So I'm
Really?
looking forward to that Redskin. Oh, excuse me.
That's next week.
Washington Ravens Super Bowl.
Yeah, I saw a tape the other day.
That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be
I
fun.
saw a 2015 highlight from when Gruden was coaching the Redskins. There was a really bad fight in a preseason game. It was a preseason game, but I don't remember it. Somebody shared it. Do you remember Harbaugh walking across the field? And
Oh,
wagging?
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
completely
Yeah.
forgot that existed.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking, that's a proud moment in the Ravens
Yeah,
Washington
it is.
football team rivalry.
Oh,
you know?
it's a good rivalry. It's a good
It'll
rivalry.
be a good one. Super Bowl
It'll
would be
good
great
when
for
you
the
guys
state,
get up
wouldn't
and
it?
start to crawl and walk again a little bit.
Oh, I think we'd be all right.
All right.
We'll be all right.
I give Jack Del Rio a hard time. Believe me.
Who won your division?
Our division?
Yeah.
We're pretty good.
I mean, who won the division last year?
We did.
Okay, so and who won our division?
It's not a real division.
Okay,
All right.
so
Give me that.
he had a
You gotta
crab
sign
bomb.
off now.
He had a crab bomb.
Taking my food, dog. Come
love
on.
Jerry Seafood.
Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you
Phil.
very much. Oh,
Appreciate
you're
it.
just checking out. You got to go. You got kitchen issues.
he's got a restaurant to run.
All right.
Hey.
People really are friendly in Prince George's County as long as you don't call it PG.
There you
go. It's PG-13. On behalf of former Baltimore County Executive Don Moeller and Lieutenant Governor Michael Steele, hope watch him on the MSNBC. Come on down here to Bowie and see the Bay Sox and celebrate. I'm going to hold this up one last time before I devour it. The crab bomb. It's now cool enough for me to eat. And, Nancy would say it's cool enough to devour
temperature.
Now, right? Room temperature.
Room temperature.
Back for more on Baltimore Positive right after this.
Excellent.